All right, Shalom. This is the brother Karataza, coming with another video. So the last video I made was on the Habakawarium, or what we call the first fruits, or some people call Pentecost, or some people call Feast of Weeks. So we made a video on understanding what that day was about. This video right here is going to be on the ceremony that we keep. It's a ceremony that we made up. All right, so before we get into the ceremony, I just want to tell you some things on here as far as like Deuteronomy 26 have been changed a bit due to the fact that we are not in the land. And when we get to that, I'll explain it more. Also, the Hebrew, or what we call the Lashon Kodash, is a language that we're reconstructing. So some of the words may not be wholly perfect, so to speak. Some of the words may not be wholly perfect, okay? But, it's trying to get it as close as possible, all right? And with the Hebrew, whenever I feel like we get a better understanding on a certain word, then we'll change these things as time goes on. All right, so let's get into this ceremony. All right, so the first thing you're going to do, and I know it's not written on here, is you're going to blow your ram's horn. You're going to blow it 3 times, right? And you're going to set your table. Well, let me say this. Before you do anything, you're going to set your table up. You're going to have your menorah, okay? You're going to have your candles in the menorah. You're going to have some anointing oil, all right? You're going to have your Torah, all right? You're going to have maybe an incense burning. And yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, and some water. You need a bowl of water, okay? And you're also going to need like maybe some red paint, or, like some liquidy thing that's red. It just represents blood, but we'll get to that later. All right, so after you set your table up, you're gonna have a first priest and a second priest. All right, your first priest is gonna light the menorah and bless the Most High for the menorah. All right, so you're gonna say Yahweh Barak Zaha Ma Nawa Ra Ha. Okay. Again, Yahweh Barak Zaha Mana Wa Ra Ha. Okay, that's Yahweh bless this menorah. Okay. All right. So after you do that, someone else, or you, if you're the only one that could do it, someone's gonna blow the horn. All right. The first priest is gonna command the congregation to rise and face the east in Lashon Kodash. So that will be Aimadium wa Panya ha Kwadam, which is rise and face the east. Okay, and then you're going to read the Shema. All right, now, the Shema right here is, the reason we read it is just to remind ourselves and everyone there, and mainly the children, that the Most High gave us these commandments, and that we are to keep them and talk about them and teach them to our children, okay? So you'll read Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4, which says, Hear, O Israel, the Lord God is one, or the Lord Yahweh is one, and thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy might. And these words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up. And thou shalt bind them upon thine hand, and and they shall be as frontlets between thine eyes, and thou shalt write them upon the posts of thy house and on thy gates. So that was Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 4 through 9. Now you're going to skip to 12. And then you're going to read 17 and then verse 18. So verse 12. Then beware lest thou forget the Lord Yahweh, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. Ye shall diligently keep the commandments of the Lord your God and the testimonies in his commandments which he commanded thee, and thou shalt do that which is right and good in the sight of the Lord. Okay? So then you have the congregation repeat this. All right? You have them say, Shemai Yashar Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haya Nawah, Yahweh Achad. All right? And they'll say that 3 times. Shemai Yashar Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haya Nawah, Yahweh Achad. Shemai Yashar Allah, Yahweh, Allah Haya Nawah, Yahweh Achad. All right? You had them pronounce that 3 times facing the east. All right? And that is, Hear Israel, Yahweh, our judge. Yahweh is one. Okay? All right. So I have to apologize because some of this I just wrote out in the Hebrew, and right here I tried to make it more neat, but it just took too long, so I abandoned it later. Okay? So now you're gonna blow the horn again. Okay? And you're gonna do the firstborn. You're gonna read about the firstborn being Yahweh's. All right? So you're going to say this, just you, not the whole congregation, but the first priest is going to say this. Waya Dabar Yahweh al Mashha la la Amar Quadash Laya Kala Bakawar Patar Kal Racham Ba Banya Yasha Allah Ba Adam Wa Baba Hamha La Ya Hawa'a Wa Ya Amar Mashha Al Haim Zakawar Ath Ha Yawam Hazaha or Ha Zaha Ashar Yataza Atma Ma Matazarium Ma Bayat Ibadium Kaya Ba Khazakwa Yad Hawataza Ya'a Yahweh Atkam or Atam Mazaha. All right? And that is, you read Exodus 13 and 1 through 3. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Sanctify unto me all the firstborn whatsoever openeth the womb among the children of Israel, both man and of beast, it is mine. And Moses said unto the people, Remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for by strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place. All right? So now we're going to go into the sanctification of the firstborn males. All right? So you're going to call the firstborn up one by one. Each time a male comes up, you're going to blow the horn for each male as he comes up. And then we're going to go into the dialogue on the next page. All right? So the horn is blown as the male comes up. The first priest says, Yahweh Barak Atah. Okay? That is, Yahweh bless you. The firstborn male replies, Anakya in his name. All right? I'll just do it for me. I would say Anakya Karatiza or Anakya Kharatiza. All right? Then it would say Ma Bayath and his tribe. My tribe is Benjamin, so I would say Ma Bayath Banyamyan. All right? Or a person might say Ma Bayath Yahawada. All right? Whatever tribe they are. I know some people don't deal with the tribes because, you know, it's not really known exactly what tribe we're from. So if you don't, you just skip that part. So after he states his tribe, then he would say, Ma Shabbat. And it would be, I'm sorry, let me start that over. I messed up. All right, so let's start this over. So the firstborn will reply, Anakia in his name. Anakia Charatiza, that's my name. Then he would say, Ma Bayath. Ma Bayath is from, and then Bayath is your house, so your family name. So mine will be Ma Bayath, Bayath Charatiza. All right? That's my family name, Charatiza. Now the next one will be Ma Shabbat, which would be from what tribe? And mine will be Ma Bayat Banyamyan, from the tribe of Benjamin. The next one would be Ma Yashar Allah, which would be your nation, from Yashar Allah. So you're saying, I am such and such, from the house of such and such, from the tribe of such and such, from Israel. All right? And then he would say, Anakia Bakawar Ban Ba Amaya, which is, I am the firstborn son of my mother. All right? Now the priest replies to him, Rach Tazawa Ha Zakwa. Okay? Ha Zakawa. All right? Which is, wash yourself and be clean. And at this point, the priest holds up the bowl of water, and the brother simply washes his hands and washes his face with the water. Just a quick sprinkling of water on his hands and putting it on his face, and that's it. And it's just symbolic of, washing yourself to be clean. All right, so the priest then anoints the firstborn head. All right, so the priest puts the oil on the firstborn's head. He anoints the firstborn with blood on the right ear, the right thumb, and the right toe. Now, you want to use real blood, because this blood nowadays is filled with bacteria and all type of shit. So I wouldn't suggest using blood. What you would do is you would use, like, you could take like red finger paint, or you could take they have any type of red, substance. It just represents, like, when Aaron anointed the priest. Not Aaron. When Moses anointed the sons of Aaron, this is what he did to them. So it's just symbolic for that, for anointing. All right. All right, so as the priest anoints the firstborn, puts the red paint of the blood, which is representative of the blood, on the right ear, the right thumb, and if possible, the right toe, the priest says, Kodash at Zakar Kaya Ibar Hagyayath Ba Matazaryam. All right. Waya Padak Yahweh Al-Hayam Masham Wa Shamarta Ath Matazawath Yahweh Al-Hayam Lala Kata Ba the Rak Yawa Wa La Ya Ra'aha. All right. That is, you are holy. Remember that thou was a bondman in Egypt, and the Lord thy God redeemed thee. Therefore thou shalt keep the commandments of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways and to fear him. All right, so that's what the priest would say to the firstborn after he anoints him. All right, so that's the end of that. Now we're going into the part of the firstborn being redeemed. Okay, so after you anoint him, he has to be redeemed. All right. So the firstborn will give the priest a redemption price. We'll probably have some coins made or something like that, just to be. It's all symbolic, just to be symbolic of the firstborn being redeemed. Okay. Now, if you want to understand more about that, you can watch the last video where I explained all of this in depth about the redemption and all that stuff like that. So the firstborn gives the priest a redemption price, some coins or something like that. Okay. The priest says, "This day you are redeemed." He says in Hebrew, "Ga Alaha, God Alaha, Hayawam Hazaha Ath. Okay. All right. Now remember, now this is the end of it for that particular firstborn. Now you're gonna repeat this. You're gonna go back to page 4 and repeat this. Okay. Every time a new person comes up. Every time a new firstborn comes up. So you're gonna go back to right here, where the priest says Barakatah, and the firstborn replies, I am such and such, from the house of such and such, from the tribe of such and such, from the nation of Yasharallah. You repeat all this over until you get to the last person. All right, and make sure that you blow the horn each time the person comes up. All right, so that's the end of the anointing of the firstborn and the redemption of the firstborn. So now we go into the first fruit ceremony. All right. Now you're gonna blow the horn 3 times. All right. And then the priest is gonna read. The second priest is gonna read Exodus chapter 13, verse 1 to 15. I'm not gonna read it because it's just gonna make the video longer. You can read it. And then you're gonna go. Then you're gonna read Leviticus 23 and 10. All right. And it just goes into, bringing, the first fruits and what it's for, and the firstborn belonging to the Most High and all that stuff like that. After you read that, you're gonna go to we're gonna go to the giving of the first fruits and the wave offering. Okay. So you're gonna blow the horn for each time a person comes up, because people are gonna come up and they're gonna give fruits to the priest for the Most High. All right. So you blow the horn each time a person or a representative of a family comes up to the priest. Each person/family comes up to the priest, presents the first fruits one at a time. First fruits is brought up in a basket and given to the priest. Priest sits the basket down by the altar, if you have an altar, or by the table or something like that, or you may even sit it on the table. This is all based off of Deuteronomy chapter 26. Now, I'm going to warn you right here, I did change up some of what is said here, because we can't go to the land of Israel. We don't have the money to. But if you're in the land of Israel, you're going to read it straight out of Deuteronomy chapter 26, exactly how it says. Okay? But I just changed it up because we are not in Israel, and, we're not keeping it in Israel at this moment. Okay? But it's best to keep it in Israel. All right, so the person giving the fruit, and the representative comes up. All right, and we're gonna go back here. They come up and they say Anakia in their name, which is Anakia meaning I am. They say Ma Bayat in the name of their family, okay, which would be the husband's name. All right. They say Ma Shabbat, which is their tribe, and then they say their tribe. They say Ma Yashar Allah. Okay. And then they give the fruits to the priest. And the priest sits it down. And then they say this to the priest. Now this is, like I said, this is based off of Deuteronomy chapter 26. They say, I profess this day unto Yahweh our God, that I am come unto here in our captivity in remembrance of Yashar Allah, the place which Yahweh sware unto our forefathers for to give us. A Syrian ready to perish was my father, and he went down into Egypt and sojourned there, and with a few became a mighty nation, great and mighty and populous. And the Egyptians evil entreated us and afflicted us and laid upon us hard bondage. And when we cried unto Yahweh God of our fathers, Yahweh heard our voice and looked upon our affliction and our labor and our oppression. And Yahweh brought us forth out of Egypt with a mighty hand and with a outstretched arm, and with great terribleness and with signs and with wonders. And he brought us to Canaan and gave us our land, Yashar Allah, even a land flowing with milk and honey. And now I have brought the first fruits of the land in this captivity, which thou, Yahweh, hast given me. Therefore I do set it before Yahweh my God, and worship before Yahweh my God. I'll rejoice in every good thing which Yahweh our God has given unto me and unto my house, me and the Levites and the stranger that is among us. All right, so each person is going to say that. Okay, and you're going to blow the horn each time a person comes up. Now, after that, the person sits it down. The priest says, call Allah Yahweh. Everybody says, call Allah Yahweh. And the person leaves. The next person comes up, and you blow the horn again, and you repeat. They say, you know, I'm such and such from this tribe, from this house, from Yasharallah. And then they sit the fruit down, and then they repeat this right here. And then when they're done, they leave, and then everybody says, call Allah Yahweh, and then they blow the horn again. And you just repeat it until everybody's done bringing it up, bringing the fruits up. All right, so now we get into the wave offering. Now you blow the horn again, 3 times, and we go into the wave offering. Now everybody faces the east. The priest takes the 2 loaves of bread and the meat offerings and waves it eastward towards the east. All right, this is according to Deuteronomy 23 and 19. All right. Then the priest then takes some of the meat and the bread and places it in the fire. Okay, we couldn't do it because we didn't have a big enough fire pit, and if you can't do it, that's cool. This is all symbolic. All right, so you would take, some of the blood, or you would use the paint. You would dip your finger in the paint or blood substitute, whatever, and you would rub it on the altar if you have an altar, whatever you burning the meats on. All right, you would take the fat from the male cow or the ox, which is a bullock, and you will place it in the fire. All right, and then you will burn the bullock meat. All right. This about sacrifices is in Leviticus chapter 4 if you want to read into it in more depth. All right, so you would take the next thing you would do the wine offering. You would take some rocks, you would stack them up on each other, and you would pour the wine out over the rocks. It's a wine offering. All right, so the next thing you would blow the horn for the anointing. All right, blow it 3 times. Each person come up, you would put some oil on their head and you say this to them. Ya Baraka Yahweh, Wa Ya Shamarka, Ya Ara Yahweh, Pan Yawa, Aliyaka, Wa Ya Chanka, Wa Ya Chanak, Ya Sha'a, Yahweh, Pan Yaka, Aliyaka, Wa Yam, Wa Yawam, Laka, Shalawam. All right, that is, and then you would tell them, that is, the Lord bless thee, and the Lord keep thee, the Lord make his face shine upon thee, and be gracious unto thee, the Lord lift up his countenance upon thee, and give thee peace. All right, so now you blow the horn again, and you read the 10 Commandments. Everybody stands up, face east, and you begin to read the 10 Commandments, all right, in the Hebrew. And the first commandment is La'ah Hayaha Laka Alahayim. Alahayim. Nah, this is wrong. I'm sorry. La'ah Hayaha Laka Alahayim Achariyim. All right. Al Panya. All right. That is, don't have to yourself other gods before my face. All right. Number 2, La'ah the Aisha Laka Pasal Wala'ah the Ibadma. That is, don't make to yourselves carved images and serve them not. Number 3, La'ah Nasha Sham. My bad. Let me read through again because I've totally skipped over the At. La'ah Nasha'at Sham Yahweh Al Hayim Lashawa. That is, don't bear the name Yahweh to emptiness. Number 4, Zakawar Ath Yawam Hashabat Lakwadashwa. That is, remember the Sabbath day to set it apart. Okay. Exodus 20 and 2. I'm sorry, number 6. I'm sorry, number 5. Kabad at Abayaka Wa'ath Amaka. That is, make heavy with respect your father and your mother. Number 6. La'a Tara Tazach. That is, don't murder. Number 7. La'a Ta'na'ap. That is, don't commit adultery. Alright? Oh shit, hold on. Okay, number 8. La'a Tagana. That is, don't steal. Thou shalt not steal. Number 9. La'a Ta'aina Shekwar. That is, don't testify with the law. Number 10. La'a Ta'hamad Kal Ashara. I'm sorry, Ashra La Ra'aika. That is, don't desire what is your friends. Okay, so after you do, you read all of the 10 commandments and everybody repeats it with you, facing the east, what you do then is you wrap it up by saying, Call Allah Yahweh, Call Allah Yahweh, Call Allah Yahweh 3 times, and then that's the end. So that right there is the ceremony that we made up. And over the years, we'll add to it, and we'll definitely make new videos when we do. Okay. But like I said, this is just how we do it. You don't have to do it this way. It's just how we do it. Also, if you want a copy of this, I can email it to you. All you got to do is leave a comment and say, please email me this ceremony. All right. Leave your email, okay, and I'll email it to you. All right. So like I said, a lot of this is just symbolic. A lot of this is symbolic, and there is going to have to be some corrections to it. So it's not perfect, but if you want it, you can do it. So with that, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm Karataza, and I say, Call Allah Yahweh. Peace and blessings to you brothers and you sisters out there that believe in truth and sincerity, and Shalom.